God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
Black atheist.
People made up religion. God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
So keeping Saturdays and studying on Saturdays. Studied myself right out of the book.
Black atheist. Black atheist.
People made up religion. God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
God that you all claim that you all believe in. Make us believe. Black atheist. Black atheist.
People made up religion. God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
So keeping Saturdays and studying on Saturdays. Studied myself right out of the book.
Black atheist. Black atheist.
People made up religion. God is the star of the show. So that gotta be made up too.
God that you all claim that you all believe in. Make us believe. Black atheist. Black atheist.
Black atheist. Black atheist.
Black atheist. Black atheist. Black atheist. Black atheist. Black atheist. Black atheist. Black atheist.
Oh yeah. Black sun in the hizzle. For shizzle dizzle. We got another surprise show here this evening. I'm gonna have my comrades introduce themselves.
It's KD Kamathi. What's happening, people?
Black African Power, Brother Uncle, God Killer in the house.
Brother DJ, introduce yourself. We're gonna have him come up half hour.
This is Brother DJ, Power to the People.
All right, all right. As you know, we got your comments this week, and so I'm going to read a couple here. And let's start off. Let's see which one. Like I said, people make those comments good, even if they're bad. Make them sensible and good, because we just might read them on the air. Okay. Let's see. It's so many. Which ones do I want to start with? Oh, here's a good one. It says, you are not an atheist at all, then. You believe in some deities as long as they are African origin. This is what I thought all along from the very way you talk. Angry with the white man and therefore angry with the Christianity. Change the name of your show to African God-believing Atheism of Atlanta. You want to comment on that, Unc? Comrades, y'all want to comment on that?
You said we want.
They're claiming
not
that
atheists.
you believe, as long as it's an African God, then you still believe in a deity, therefore you're not an atheist. You're not a fucking atheist.
I think we'd be best served to talk about what God means in the first place. I think we should explain the origin of God in the first place. Where does God come from? Where does deities come from? What's the purpose of deities in the first place? What is a deity? What are deities, plural, deities?
Break it down.
Yeah, the origin of God. My man Ankh said before that the whole question of origins from the African point of view has always been a rhetorical question anyway in the first place. Black people have no birth record. We have no origin. We have no starting point in history. Nobody can point to where black people or humanity in general started. We know that most creation stories are just that, stories about how the world came to be the way it is. And so-called primitive people, before they even used the word God, they had explanations about the origin of the universe, certain processes of nature, what makes things the way they are. So I think we have explained what we mean when we say God, because first of all, God is not even an African word, so yeah, it's not even an African word. So that, so we have to understand what we're talking about.
Do you have something you want to say there, Unc? Sounds like you were.
First of all, we're all speaking derivatives of African language, no matter what language you speak. Let's clarify that.
Okay.
No Indo-European nation has created a language. It's all derivative of the original languages. Now,
Okay.
anybody want to challenge me on that, we can do that. We got the evidence to prove it, and we're there, and we're good. And so, he's right. You have to understand and define what God is. To the African mindset, there was no such thing as a supernatural God. I'm going to say it again.
Right.
In the African context, there is no such thing as a supernatural God. So I think I want to read the definition.
Okay.
Even.
So you're saying there was no concept of spookism?
No, that's a Indo-European late concept introduced by those who never understood.
Exactly.
Okay.
They introduced the concept of the flying through the air.
Right.
Okay? Like the angel Gabriel comes to the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
And they make that angel a real person actually talking to the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
When you start dealing with angels in the African concept, the original angel was Mayat.
All right.
Okay? And she represented certain principles. Truth, righteous, justice, reciprocity, and balancement. You see her there weighing you at this judgment scene.
Right.
Nobody thought that judgment scene was real. We would just give you an idea and a concept. So whenever you seen that angel, you recognize that as being the truth. It's a sign. If you're driving down the street and you do not understand signs, you will crash and kill yourself.
Pretty much.
So the African have crashed and killed themselves because they have taken away our signs.
Wow.
The signs we used, the Europeans coming in said they was atheists, right? And they did not know God because we had signs and symbols. Remember, they made it illegal in their religion to make images. You will make no graven images about God.
That's right.
Wow, wait a minute. Imagery was all a part of our idea and concept about God.
Yeah, we had a material explanation for everything. We had no concept of looking in the sky and thinking there's an invisible man in the sky watching us.
Mm-hmm. So let me read this real fast. Let me use the word because we need to use word origins. Okay? Fine, it's killing me. Okay. It says the origin of the word God. It says our word God goes back via Germanic to Indo-European, in which the corresponding ancestor meant invoke one. So you see, even when you find out the etymology of the word, it takes you back to invoke one. Okay? The word's only surviving non-Germanic relative is in Sanskrit, who invoke the gods, a form which appears in the Rig Veda, most ancient Hindu scriptures. Okay? Much invoked. Epic of rain and thunder, God of India. So what we're saying here is it's talking about something invoked. But what the Africans did was they invoked the ancestors.
That's right.
That's where it comes from. So when we speak in terms of invoking the ancestors, everybody listening to the show, right, everybody sitting here on this panel is nothing but a collection of their ancestors. Anybody disagree with that? DNA, RNA, everything that makes up who you are came from people that predate you, which makes them your ancestors. Sure. So what the African was saying was, and the meaning got lost, when we say invoke something, we was talking about invoking certain qualities that our ancestors had that reside in us.
That's
if you
right.
ever seen any of these brothers walk, we all walk a little differently.
Right.
But we don't walk like that because we just walk like that. We walk like that because somebody in our family line walked like that.
Right.
You feel me? Brother Black's son, one of his ancestors might have a little slick bob to him. And that DNA transfers to him.
That's right.
Okay? And so when we invoke something, we're invoking qualities from our ancestors. My great-grandmother might have knew how to slap the hell out of somebody. Okay? So when it was time for me to stand up and fight, I invoked that quality of slapping the hell out of somebody.
That's right.
Okay? So I made a statue of her, and every time I seen that statue, right, of God in the form of my grandmother, that meant slap the hell out of somebody.
That's right. Right. What we call the surviving intelligence of the ancestors, other people call God. or Allah or Jah or Yahweh. We're talking about the surviving intelligence of the ancestors.
Real people now. Let's get this
That's
straight.
right.
My great grandmother was a real person that had conversation and spoke languages. That has nothing to do with the God located on the third star waiting for me to get a particular prayer to be answered me. Okay?
Right.
Waiting for me to pray for a victory in a basketball game. That's not the African concept, and I am atheist to that. Now,
Okay.
I'm atheist for a different reason. That's why we call ourselves black atheists.
Black,
That's right.
Black atheists. And by the time I get into the signs and symbols, you'll find out that white people are atheists for a different reason.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
Okay, now let me tell you this. Get what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
When a white person becomes an atheist because they read a little book, they
Right.
read some books, and they recognize that supernatural God is just dumb and stupid and crazy. So
Right.
what is the first idea and concept they come to? They start to deal with evolution. Am I not right or wrong on that?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Most atheists
Yep. That's
subscribe
default.
to evolution because it makes sense. Because inside the woman, the baby evolves.
Right.
It
right.
makes sense for
Makes
something
sense.
to evolve, right? And so that's what white people do. They go to Darwin. He is the so-called father of evolution. Am I not right or wrong on that?
So they say, yeah.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, so as a black atheist, void of culture, void of knowledge itself, you do the same thing.
That's right.
You go right to Darwin and say, you know what? I agree in evolution, and you accept that. So right there, as a black person, you're going against nature because the quality in nature that makes you survive is for you to gravitate to something that looks like you.
That's right.
That's just natural. The lions, right, do not follow the hyenas.
No, they don't.
Now, they live in the jungle together,
Right.
and they work well together.
Right.
Okay? The lion might hunt, get a carcass, right? And then the hyenas might come up and steal it. They working together. But under no circumstances do the hyenas and the lions try to hunt together. It just don't make no sense.
No, it don't.
That's out of order. So a black person to be an atheist and follow Darwin is out of order. Do you know why it's out of order? Let me break it down.
Break it down, huh? Break
Listen
it down.
real closely on what I am saying. Okay? So we won't make no mistakes here.
Break it down, bro.
Makes a lot of sense. You got to take your time, black people, because you do not understand who and what you are. Okay? Not understand who and what you are, and you're conquered by religion, even when you're not trying to be. The Egyptian cosmology, Egyptian in the mind.
Okay, conquered by religion. You know, that's
Yeah,
a
definitely.
actual. This is a little sidebar from. That's actually a lecture that Unc does. Y'all need to check that on YouTube. Conquered by religion.
Conquered by
Classic.
religion. Now
Classic.
watch this. Okay, now remember, atheists for the most part,
Uh-huh.
right? As far as I know, atheists they go to evolution.
Yeah.
We evolve from different things.
Right.
I agree with that. Do y'all
Change
agree
over
with that?
time.
Now I know y'all gonna make some comments. I'm asking y'all to make y'all comments. Is that what we say? There is no supernatural force, okay,
Okay.
that created things. Things evolve.
Okay.
Big bang. Boom. It just happened.
So let's see. We're gonna deal with the Egyptian or the African cosmology, okay? Time and the Egyptian mind. Now watch this. It says the drama of creation was replayed in a multitude of ways to the hearts and minds of the Egyptian people. The flooding and rescinding of the Nile and the daily sunrise and the sunset of the scarred beetle life cycle. We'll get into what the scarred beetle is. It says, and the star Cyrus, okay, rising cycle, as participants, observers in the theater of the birth and rebirth cycle of life. The developed and remarkable advanced cosmology. This is geographically depicted in the papyrus of Nessi Amu. Let me spell it. Nesi-Amsu, a scribe in the temple of Amun-Ra. We'll talk about what Amun-Ra is, and we'll see if Amun-Ra is just a spook deity.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay. Okay. At Thebes, about 350 BC. The papyrus contains a treatise on the Egyptian view of the origins of the universe. So let's see. What did the African people have to say about the origins of the universe? Any person that is an atheist, they look at science to
That's
figure
right.
out the origin of the universe. Am I not right or wrong?
Yep.
True.
That's right.
That's what we as atheists do.
That's right. Oh, let me take this call real quick here. Call it. Sorry, that was not. Okay, go ahead.
Let me
Huh?
finish, boy. You
Oh,
Wait, wait,
sorry.
wait, wait.
Okay. Dang.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, it says the origin of the universe and the genesis of the gods, man, and animals called the book of knowing, evolution. Woo.